This 17 News at Noon podcast is brought to you by Clinica Sierra Vista.
Welcome back to the 17 News at Noon podcast, where we share your news on your schedule.
Well, good day. I'm Elena Rusk. We are learning about a disturbing case of animal hoarding in Taft. Kern County Animal Services seized 18 dogs from a trash-filled home in Taft this month, according to a search warrant obtained by 17 News. Officers also found 3 dead dogs and 2 cats. It began back on January 6th when an officer investigated a complaint on A Street near 3rd Avenue after the reporting party provided photos of the home showing the owner, quote, allowing several years of feces to build up in the home as well as filth littering the walls and floor. The homeowner refused to let the officer on the property, but allowed the officer to take the bodies of 3 dogs the homeowner said had died in the past week, the warrant says. But the officer wrote the dogs appeared to have been dead longer than that. A warrant was executed at that home last week, and the dogs and cats were seized. No criminal charges were listed against the homeowner in connection with this matter as of this morning. We'll continue to follow this case. And a counselor employed by the Wasco Union Elementary School District has been arrested on suspicion of molesting a teenage girl. The Kern County Sheriff's Office confirms 37-year-old Jose Solis was taken into custody yesterday at Thomas Jefferson Middle School. The Kern County Sheriff's Office says the crimes happened in May and the victim was 14 years old. Superintendent Kelly Richards tells 17 News Solis has been placed on paid administrative leave. He did not disclose what school Solis was currently working with, how long he has worked for the district, or if the alleged victim was a student. Solis is facing charges of committing lewd or lascivious acts with a minor, sexual battery, and annoying or molesting a child, but he is no longer listed in custody. And let's turn now to your 17 Court Watch as we follow the case of a worker who was hurt in an explosion while plugging an abandoned oil well. Leonardo Andrade suffered severe injuries in the accident on December 2nd, which left him unable to walk temporarily. At the time, Andrade was staying at a halfway house as part of a re-entry program available for eligible inmates with less than 2 years left on their sentence. He is eligible for parole in April, but is expected to remain in recovery at a rehabilitation center until the middle of February. At that point, a decision must be made. Will Andrade be returned to the custody of California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation to finish out his term, or should he be allowed to recover at home? Today, a judge set a hearing for February 16th to hear from doctors and psychologists about Andrade's injuries and share their opinion on what setting would be most appropriate for him. All right, making news around town, congratulations are in order for a number of local high school students as 5 Bakersfield teams took the top spots at the virtual enterprise competition at Mechanics Bank Arena. Those teams will now advance to the International Business Plan competition in New York City coming up in April. Centennial High School came in first place, Bakersfield High School in second, Ridgeview in third, and in fourth, Stockdale. Sorry, I messed up that order. But anyway, 5 teams, it's amazing. Around 2,000 students from across the state competed in these final rounds. They were among 42 that scored the highest in regional competitions in areas such as marketing, human resources, and elevator pitches. Congratulations, teams. And check this out, students interested in the aviation field will want to check out an upcoming event at the California Aeronautical University. The 5th annual Aviation Career Day takes place this Friday, February 3rd, from 9 a.m. to noon at the university's location on Boughton Drive. Students can learn about the various job fields available in the aviation industry, as well as meeting with more than 20 exhibitors. Also on the agenda, the mobile flight simulator experience, tours of the campus, and a jet engine demonstration. And happening this evening, nearly 800 high school orchestra, band, and choir members will perform in the annual It's a Grand Night for Music Honors Music Festival. The annual showcase of Kern County's finest high school musicians and singers can be seen beginning at 7 a.m. for just a $5 donation. Middle and elementary schools have their own performance, the Kern County Honor Music Festival. That's taking place this year on February 28th. All right, so here at home, the 2023 Valley Fever Walk is taking place February 25th at the Kern County Museum. This marks the first Valley Fever Walk since before the pandemic. The last one was back in 2019. This year, organizers are honoring pets who have been impacted by valley fever. Pre-registered dogs will actually get a doggy care kit. Registration is open now through the day of the event with the cost of $30 for adults, $15 for survivors, $10 for dogs, and kids under age 12 walk for free. For more information on this fundraiser, visit our website, kget.com.
Hello, this is Tim Callahan with Clinica Sierra Vista, and we're excited to unveil the Community Health Center of the Future, our comprehensive care center. It's located right across the street from Memorial Hospital. We have every service under one roof, from family medicine, OBGYN care, dental services for adults and children, behavioral health, and much more. So find your way to better care at Clinica Sierra Vista this year at our comprehensive care center. Visit our website, clinicasierravista.org, for the latest on this project. We'll see you soon.
All right, well, in your 17 Business Watch, ExxonMobil posted a $56 billion profit for last year, setting not only a company record, but a historic high for the Western oil industry. The company declared today it brought in $12.75 billion in profits in the fourth quarter, bringing their annual profits to $55.7 billion. The oil giant's chief financial officer said, quote, "A combination of strong markets, strong throughput, strong production, and really good cost control led to their increase in earnings." Exxon said it also incurred a $1.3 billion hit to its fourth quarter earnings from a European Union windfall tax. The company is suing the EU, arguing that the levy exceeds its legal authority. Meanwhile, gas prices for us drivers are on the rise again. For 5 straight weeks, gas prices have jumped, and according to experts, there may not be any relief anytime soon. AAA reports the current average for a regular gallon of gas is up to $3.50. That's up more than 30 cents from a month ago. Experts say the average price of a gas could reach $4 per gallon later this year. One reason for the increase could be that demand for gas has risen, while the price of oil has slowly increased. Now, comparing that to national prices to what we're seeing here in California, the average gallon for California to see is $4.55. Here in Kern County, we're paying an average of $4.53. Well, the driver of a Tesla that careened off a cliff near San Francisco earlier this month has been charged with the attempted murder of his wife and 2 children. Dr. Dharmesh Patel, a radiologist from Pasadena, faces 3 counts of attempted murder with enhancements for great bodily injury and domestic violence, after authorities say he intentionally drove his family vehicle off a 250-foot cliff with his wife and kids inside. Dr. Patel's wife is still recovering in the hospital. Both of his children have already been released. Officials saying it's a miracle they survived. Well, in lighter state news, a SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket carrying dozens of satellites launched today from Vandenberg.
3, 2, 1, engines full power, and liftoff of Starlink 2-6. Go Falcon, go Starlink.
The liftoff at Vandenberg Space Force Base was trouble-free. Less than 10 minutes after the rocket's journey began, its first stage separated and returned to a drone ship in the Pacific. 49 Starlink satellites are deployed on this mission. Starlink is an internet constellation operated by SpaceX. Also on board, a satellite carrier vehicle made by the Italian company D-Orbit, which is capable of carrying payloads as well. This launch is the 7th of the year already for SpaceX and the company's 206th mission to date. 6 western states that rely on water from the Colorado River have agreed on a model to dramatically cut water use in the basin, but California is holding out. Our state has the largest allocation of water from the river that serves 40 million people and a $5 billion a year agricultural industry. The western states missed a mid-August deadline to heed the U.S. Bureau of Reclamation's call to conserve 2 million to 4 million acre-feet of water, but the states regrouped to reach consensus by the end of this month. The outline will factor into a larger proposal on how to operate the 2 largest dams along the Colorado River. Now, California didn't sign on to yesterday's plan, but our state says it intends to release their own proposal. And Democratic California lawmakers are proposing a package of climate bills aimed at making companies more transparent about their greenhouse gas emissions. 3 senators are trying anew to pass bills that failed to pass both houses of the legislature when they were introduced previously. The bills would require big companies to disclose their annual greenhouse gas emissions, stop the state's pension fund from investing in fossil fuel companies, and assess businesses' climate-caused financial risks. The lawmakers say they hope increased support from outside groups will make them more successful this time around. All right, let's turn now to your health launch. New research out of Singapore is showing a connection between babies playing with screens and long-term brain disruptions. Scientists are warning that screen time harms the development of high-order cognitive skills such as decision-making, thinking, and creativity. Researchers found that increased use of screen time during infancy was associated with poor executive functioning, which includes the ability to pay attention, absorb information, and regulate emotions once the child was 9 years old.
The 17 News at Noon podcast is a production of KGET and Nexstar Media Group. For more on all of the headlines in today's show, head to kget.com.